Hello, welcome back, Ratropolis. Here we are once again. Today is a special day for reasons that I will get into starting right now. First of all, you'll see I don't have random selected here. We're going to be doing the coast, and then we're going to do the forest, and we're going to do the desert, because there's a patch. There's a new patch out that came out yesterday, right after I finished recording the episodes for today, and that patch brings in new enemies on all the maps, so we're going to cycle through. I'm going to play Coast, Forest, and Desert over the next 2 days, and then we'll go back to random for the night episode tomorrow. Playing as the merchant, I'm going to cycle through characters probably as usual. Just, how cool. New patch. I was going to switch to hard starting soon, like maybe these episodes, but now that there's new enemies out, we're just going to play on normal specific maps, and we're going to see them. So how exciting. I'm amped up. Like it's very, very cool. I was thinking we were gonna start hard, because the other thing that's special about this is I'm going to be recording 4 episodes in a row here, which is new territory for me. Because I think the most I've ever done in a single sitting is probably 3 episodes, and one of those episodes was just a straight up like, oops, I died loss. But yeah, tons of info in the recent patch. Mainly, the recent patch, it gave out the info that they changed the way that waves 11 through 20 or 11 through 30 stack up, which is either going to be a very good thing that's going to make the waves 11 through 20 a lot easier, or it's going to be a nightmare. We are going to see here. And they added in 16 new enemy types across the 3 levels. So if you wanna see the patch notes, I'll probably link them in the comments if I remember to. I probably won't remember to. They'll probably be in the description actually, because if I were to link them in the comments to this video, I'd have to. I don't think I can set a comment to go live with the video. That's something that I haven't. Oh yeah, they added in a new button too. I need to figure out what that button does. Take the house here. What does this do? What on earth? Oh! This button is so that if you... Oh my god, what an insane change. You can now send units between the walls. Is it worth it to buy pillage here? Yeah, I think so. You can send... So if this wall gets broken and I have like my armies all over here and this wall gets broken as they're arriving, I can now send the army from this wall to the other wall and maybe mount an unbelievable defense. Oh, that's so cool. I'm a big fan of that change. And you can also do that with, okay, so this gives you some sort of control if you want to try like moving forward when a wall gets broken, I guess. We'll see if it actually works that way. Obviously, we haven't seen it work with a broken wall, so there's a chance that it does not work. However, I think that's the intention behind it, which is exciting to me. I'm gonna take the mine here. This is a building that I think I undervalue. Anyway, yeah, I'm recording 4 episodes in a row here. I took the night off of my stream to... the main reason I took the night off is because I felt like it. And then the secondary reason is because I've been talking about doing this Ratropolis, like a Ratropolis recording block, so that I get out ahead of Ratropolis, and so that like I shouldn't after today, as long as I don't have like a horrible error, I should be a day ahead on all of my episodes. So even if I accidentally forget to set a video to upload, it'll be 2 days from now's video instead, so I can wake up and be like, oh, I forgot to press publish. I'll take the advisor here. This is Tinker. Okay. Fine. Sure. But yeah, we're gonna see. I have never done a recording block of this length. 4 episodes, oh boy, but it shouldn't be... It would only be a problem if I was... a concern, I guess, if I were doing this right after the stream, because That would be. I expect this to be, if these episodes are all wins. Let's account. Let's say I lose one episode at wave like 17, and then do a double run in that episode. It's gonna be, that one will be about an hour, and the rest of them will be about 45 minutes. So probably gonna be recording for like 2 hours, like 3 hours nearly, which is a pretty good amount of time. So we'll see if I can stay coherent for 4 episodes. I stream for 5 hours a night. I shouldn't have any trouble, but we'll see, right? I don't have a chat to bounce my words off of. I'm just gonna remove a card here. It's time to remove Pillage. Yeah, I'm not gonna play this for 5. And that'll give me 50 gold. Cool. We shall see, is my take on the recording session. It is fun to say recording session, but I've been thinking a little more. This is I'm glad I remembered this in episode 1, so that hopefully I'll wake up tomorrow and get your takes on this idea. What I was thinking is, I was thinking like, what more content can I make for Ratropolis other than this series? And the answer that I landed on after a little bit of deliberating is, and what if I did a achievement series, like a how to, here's how I would go about and what you want to look for in getting all of the achievements, you know? Because I wouldn't, maybe probably kind of sorta, you know, how many more uncertain words can I throw in there? Let's rack up a high score there. Great wording there from me, I gotta tell you. Anyway, belittling myself aside, how many achievements would I do? Probably not all of them, because I don't really feel like I'm not gonna make a video on how to get all of the event specific achievements, right? I'll just make like a little table for that. I have the table sitting next to me, actually. I just haven't ever done the deciphering work because, oh my god, it's such a mess, as I've alluded to. You know what, I will, what I'll probably do is I'll post a picture of that table in the Discord so that you can see just the absolute monstrosity that I have created. It's really, like, really hard to read. Like, I mean, the top half is great. I should say the top half looks fine. The half that is the section about getting, like, the first 2 events, that one's no problem. And then I got to +1 leader level reward, and then I realized I was out of space. And all of it leads back to the same 5 wave 20 events, and then it really devolved from there. I will take, in this situation, in these circumstances, what would I take here? This choice is not super important. I have trouble deciding between card upgrade and territory expansion when the legendary card is bad, and all of the card upgrades are mediocre at best. Gather is maybe the best one to upgrade because it gives you +2 cards. Alternatively, just getting 4 more gold from livestock, +1 attack off battle cry. These upgrades are all very similar in power level to me, and then like upgrading anything else here is a waste because I want to ideally have it removed. But then territory expansion is 8 population, 2 tax, and a wall. I don't feel pressed for any of the things I just said there. I am going to upgrade Gather. I feel like of the 3 cards I'm considering, it's the best one. The other thing I've been thinking, right, because I've been thinking about what other content can I make for Ratropolis. The other thing I've been thinking is like a run where I just explain in extreme detail every decision I make. And, you know, because that was the actual episode 1. There's, if you want a little trivia for you, I have what is essentially, I mean, it's not a lot. It's a lost file in that it's a video that never was published because I was like, I was hyper explaining to as in depth as I could even imagine. I was like 45 minutes in and it was this wave because I was like pausing the game and explaining every single mechanic because I was like, oh, well, I'm just gonna make episode 1 a really long explanation of all the mechanics. And then I went, wow, this video is going to be like 2.5 hours. I don't think I can do this. I don't think this is watchable. I'm glad that that video never saw the light of day. However, maybe I'm gonna make a few runs like that, right? I think that might be what I'm gonna do. Probably in the style of, as was suggested on the last video, a video in the style of Jorbs's over-explained for Slay the Spire, where he just does like a I haven't actually watched those videos, but I'm going to make the assumption that those videos are just a very in-depth explanation of what he's doing in Slay the Spire. I really should watch those videos, considering how much time I've spent playing Slay the Spire and how not good I am at it. Berserker is a really hard unit for me to swing in my mind because I'm paying 144 gold for what is essentially 12 HP over Militia. I really struggle with taking Berserker at this point in my life. And if that's the case, I think I'm going to reroll here. I'm not pressed for wall. I'm just going to reroll. Yeah, this is a much better outcome. I will take all of these buildings. It's too late for patrol. 160. I think it's way too late. Demolition is worth considering, but nah. If you would be interested in a very, like, the episode would probably be like an hour and a half for a wave 30 clear, and it would be a super in-depth, like, here's every single decision and why I make it sort of run. Let me know. I may make it, like, regardless. Basically, my asking that question, I doubt that anyone is going to go, oh no, I would hate that video, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're not going to like that video, you're just not going to watch it, right? But if that does sound interesting, I would be interested in hearing from you about that. I don't know, it's like, I want to make... That guy's a building advisor? I mean, I guess it makes sense. Mason, huh? I almost wonder if it's right to not expand anymore. No way. No way, it's not right to do that. Are you kidding me? Like a super in-depth explanation. This video is probably going to be, once I get through these first 10 waves, this video is going to be a little more focused on the gameplay. Don't discard invite. Great job. I don't know if that was a good discard or not. I was really close to saying good or discard there. I stopped myself at the last moment, but we were very close to having a very good or situation. But no, once we get to the waves that are new, this is all standard. This is nothing interesting or new here. We've seen this who knows how many times at this point. But the next waves are where it gets interesting. I'm gonna take +2 attack because I have a lot of units out right now. We have a super strong early game right now that I am going to hopefully be able to turn into a reasonably strong mid game when I get a better frontliner than Militia. Final wave, and then we'll be seeing some new content. I'm excited. I'm interested to see how they changed the wave stacking, because last time they changed the wave stacking, we went from, oh yeah, I can just kind of spam out Militia, to, oh yeah, if I don't have like 10 guards on the 10th wave, I'm going to be killed. Because basically what they changed is that these waves all stack up now, right? And what do I mean by they stack up? Look at them. All of the enemies are right on top of each other. Oh, there go all those guards on that side that I had and were buff. So we have huge population. That's the... Oh, we won. Okay, we won. Unless they did something just unbelievable to the enemies in these waves, we have defeated this game. I think that with 32 population and Trumpeter, this run is over. In a good way. This is over in a good way. Oh yeah. I did not even have to look at the legendary card. I cannot think of it. There is not a legendary card that I would want more than Trumpeter. And we get Guardian out of this shop. Is it my birthday? It's not, if you're wondering, but you know. Oh buddy. Oh buddy. That is unbelievable. Like what a I went from, man, this one might be rough, to, oh, we won in one wave, which is very nice. Just gonna do some card removing now, thin the deck out so that like my economy isn't set. That's all that we have to worry about at this point. We have great population. So let's see. Let's see. First I have to, this wave I think I will notice new enemies easily. These guys are all the same. I didn't expect anything different here, honestly. Although I'm pretty sure those guys were right on top of each other, right? I'm pretty sure that normally those enemies are split. I'll take the wall. We'll just deal. I'm trying to integrate using merchant hero power a little more often than I do currently as well. It's a bad habit that I have of not using this hero power just because, oh, well, it's not very much money. Money is money in this game. Especially in the early game, I felt it. I would like to give a shout out to Pillage. Buying that turn 1, or shop 1 Pillage, or was it shop 2? It might have been shop 2. Either way, buying that Pillage was really good. Oh, this is what this button does. You use it to, oh, and it pauses the game. Okay. Whoa, that's sick though. Okay, I didn't even, maybe it doesn't work the way that I thought it did, but this is arguably better. So that when the final wave is announced, you can just like move your boys. Like I can send the wave from my units from the left side over to the right side or vice versa. Okay, this map, like the biggest problem is I won't have much insight into like, oh, well, this is a new enemy. They didn't used to have a seashell boy on the front line because I don't pay attention to the wave composition. I just kind of, like on these waves, because it gets so muddled so quickly, in my opinion. The one thing that I do remember for sure, random economy card is super high variance. What would okay, let's think about some of the economy cards. What would I get off of this? Like, oh, there's just so many bad ones, I feel like. Lumber Mill is very fine. But the one thing that I do remember about this map is they send the Barrel Weasel on wave 15, usually. Oh, there's a boss on wave 13 now? Oh. There's a boss on wave 13 now. Okay. This is interesting because now this matches up with how the boss layout is. Oh my god, it's this boss like 4 waves sooner. 3 waves sooner. But this matches up with how the bosses arrive in waves 20 through 30. I wonder if they lowered his health or anything like that. Because if they didn't, this game got significantly harder, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Although, you could argue it also got easier because we're getting more of these treasure chests. I disagree. Because, you know, sometimes these treasure chests look like this. I'm going to lose my gold and take territory expansion. But if you want to talk about the choices, right? Blessing, it's okay. Sparrow Nest is, again, okay. And Ancient Coin with this labor card 20 times for a drawn card free is okay. Like, again, it's all just very okay. I would rather have a very tangible benefit in this. I think that we're very strong. However, I feel like the amount of time you can just coast on militia guards like I have been in the past has shrank significantly. I think that if you don't have a better frontliner by wave 13 than militia, you're going to be killed. Which is scary because this game is a little... You don't have a lot of control over that, basically. But we did see a legendary unit at wave... whenever the hell I got one. I don't remember when it was. I think it was 3 shops ago. Or not 3 shops ago, 3 waves ago. 1 shop ago. So probably wave 10, end of wave 10, we got a legendary offering. So, I mean, it's probably fine. Okay, this wave is a lot more spread out than they usually are, though. Right, this wave is way more spread out. Yeah, the way that the waves used to be, I'm pretty sure, was... I want another barn. Yeah, I need another barn. My economy isn't settled. And I'll go into debt for the wall, because we have labor coming up. Yeah, this wave, it used to be they would be strung out and split up for the very beginning of the wave, and then everything else would stack up. So that is different. The waves after 13 seem to be spread a little bit more. Wave 14. Is this when this event was before? Let me consult the chart. This is one wave sooner, I think. I think this is a little sooner. This doesn't feel right, but I don't know. This is like I'd probably need to look back at my... Oh god, I got catapult. Puke. I would probably need to look back to confirm that one, which, let's be honest, I won't. But, you know. Remove Potter. Potter's probably better than cheese right now. Remove cheese. We do have some buildings to throw out there as well. This one's wild. Like, this is a really wild... It's not like a wild episode as in like I love my thumbnail is me with my hands on my face with doing a shocked face. Oh. No, not like that. But it's wild in that like there's a lot of new stuff to take in, which I'm happy for. I'm glad to have new stuff to take in. God, I'm considering. I mean, I can't play catapult right now, I guess. The waves are also, these are coming at the same time, which I believe is different because I'm pretty sure before the waves were very much split, right? Like one side would come and then the other side would come. Now, I don't know if you've noticed. I've definitely noticed that with these waves trickling in like they are, like I'm taking almost no damage. We got shield rat. I don't need shield rat and I don't need reinforce. Nah. Like, we have actually somehow gained militia on this side. This had 8 militia before, right? How did I... What happened? How do I have more militia on this side? I must have accidentally put one down before I removed them, but like, I swore I had 8 over here. Wait, so what's this boss gonna be? Who are you? Oh, it's the same guy. Okay. He doesn't have the cannon? It's the same guy, but he doesn't have the cannon. Huh. So, I imagine that over time they will probably change this. By the way, I should probably have done a battle cry a little sooner. But do I just want my militia to die off? Yeah. So I think that my assessment here is that the game has gotten easier overall. At least at face value. I would like to point out I have not noticed any new units on this map. It's just been Harpooners, Shield Boy, and Library? Library is probably worth taking. Butcher is good in the early game, but I think it's too late at this point. I'll take Library, yeah. Not like the standard Cutlass guy, then the dude with the shield over his head, and the other guy, the Harpooner. That's all I've seen. That doesn't mean that that's all there's been. That's just all that I've noticed. If there has been something else, I have not recognized his existence. I will take a smithy this early on. This early on, we're like halfway through the run, but you know. But I think that this got easier. I think that it did get easier because all you need to do is you need to have strong backline. If you have strong backline, the enemies will not even get an attack off. Gotta watch out for those guys though. But no, I think this is easier. I can't tell, like maybe some of these units have a different model and that's supposed to signify that they're different. Oh my god, wait, did you hear that little slide whistle noise when that guy got shot in there? Holy shit. If you didn't hear that, rewind the video and turn your sound up a little bit. I was like, it was barely audible for me over the sound of my own voice and also the game, but mostly just my own voice. But like, oh my god, what a great noise. We got card selection, which is cool. Brew is good, herb is also good, and colony is okay. Let's see. Brew versus herb. I think that herb will be worth more. I know, right? I know, but that's what I think. So I'm definitely interested to see the other maps, to see if it's just they repeat the second boss on 13 and 16. It lines up now, because when I wrote out, when I was doing, like, I was writing down a bunch of information about the game for my guide series to see what I wanted to put into a video, and I noticed that, like, it never really clicked to me until I was writing them out that the I should have played livestock there. Oops. There it is. Oh, that's a great noise. Wow. I didn't expect when I booted up the game today to hear a slide whistle. But no, I noticed that the waves don't line up, right? There's 3 bosses from 20 to 30, but there's only 2 bosses from 10 to 20. Now, I'm also noticing that I think that it's very momentum based. If you fall behind ever, you're going to be put away. If you don't have a very strong opening, you're going to be crushed. Because that wave finished and we got the indicator for the next wave before that wave was done. So you gotta keep your eyes on you gotta keep your eyes on a swivel. That's what I was about to say to you. Make sure you keep your eyes swiveling. I hope your eyes can swivel. That would be probably unfortunate if they were not able to. As you can see though, the waves they're hitting at the same time on either side, which is a definite change, and they are a lot more spread. I am getting... Okay, we gotta fall back. I actually just lost all of my guards to one of these guys because of the AI. They wouldn't turn. That's really unfortunate. It's not like the end of the world, but it's very unfortunate that I lost all my guards like that. I'll be interested. Maybe they're gonna like make 2 bosses. I would not be shocked to see 2 of the boss, one on either side here. Let's say that. By the way, I'll make sure you know, I have not seen, okay. I was just preparing myself in case I was right. Like, I haven't seen anything about this. Like, I haven't watched this. This is my sight unseen of this new patch. Barracks? Nah, I don't want barracks here. The 8 HP that it's going to give my Guardian is not really worth it, I don't believe. Specialize is maybe worth it, but for what? Specialize probably for... specializing out economy, but that's not very good. I think I'm gonna pass. I need to focus my efforts on rebuilding this side's backline, and I'm gonna upgrade the Guardian. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade the Guardian. The reason they all died, by the way, is because if one of those barrels lands while your units are firing at other enemies, they won't change their targeting. Let's see if they change this guy whatsoever. Should probably have more than 1 Guardian on this side. Yeah, I guess sometimes they change their targeting and sometimes they don't. Yeah, my Guardian actually tanked the AoE. I wasn't sure if he did tank the AoE for my boys. What an absolute unit. 180 HP and the herbs coming in too. Dude is unkillable. It's good that we lost those militia, like for real. Taking I only carry out the will of the people is a little risky here because I don't have a redraw plan of any sort. Robin Hood, no, it's way too late. It's way too late for me to think, oh yeah, let's pivot into... Although I have the population, I don't have the time for Robin Hood. No, I don't have the time for Longbow here. My reasoning is, as you can imagine, to play Longbow, I will need to be able to play. I need to put down like 40 of that card. Not 40, I need to put down 20 of that card, 10 on either side. And I don't really have the time to put down 10 Longbows on either side. That's 20 times through the deck that I'm trying to swing here. I definitely don't have the time for that. I got 5 bannerets. I put 1 more down. I need to make sure that I don't spend all my population on nothing. And by on nothing, I mean on banner rats, and then I just don't like spend all my population on banner rats and then don't have my backline, which would be not ideal. We've thinned the deck out almost to like I think actually I can draw the entire deck every time. Yeah, I think I can. I don't know. This is where I'm really afraid, right? I didn't notice any enemies before. I'm interested to see if there's any enemies that are obviously noticeable to me here. Oh my god, wait, do these guys have way more health? Hang on, how much health? No, they're fine. I thought I saw one of them just tanked like 300 damage. I got a little worried. It's fine. Everyone calm down. And by everyone, I mean like mainly me. But, you know, if you were a little afraid, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you. Everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, forgot to repair this burning house. This is like, obviously this run looks like, oh well, it's a no-brainer. These changes didn't change much, but this run is way powerful. The swing I got from wave 10 was so huge. Trumpeter and Guardian from wave 10 there was like unbelievable power swing. So we're not like, it's not pack it in, this change is worthless. I think that this change is, you're susceptible to getting steamrolled, right? I think it's a lot easier to recover though as well, because if you get your army wiped, you're not just going to be immediately wiped off the map because the entirety of the enemy wave is stacked up. Holy moly, that sentence was rough. I'm sorry you had to hear that. This is the first episode too. Like, imagine how I'm gonna sound at the end of episode 4. Ooh, buddy. Tune in tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. for me. Except instead of an actual coherent train of thought, it's just me saying the same word over and over again. And then going, haha, get it? I will take... The -2 attack doesn't matter because I have 8 banner rats. That's my hot take there. Nah, treasure hunter, nah. We'll see. I think the next episode is going to be a better indicator of how strong you have to be. That's basically my take on it. This run is so strong. So strong. And what is a run going to look like when I don't... You're probably going to have to make compromises. Like, you're probably going to have to take Barbarian even if you don't want to. Like, even if you really don't want to. Yeah, sometimes I do that. You gotta forgive that one. I press the button, and I can play that card. It discards all the cards, and I go, ah, yeah, so we're done. Ah, had to wait for Banner Rat, or not Banner Rat. Had to wait for Gather to draw. We have 6 on either side. Yeah. I think the reason I think Herb is so valuable here, especially, is because Herb is a card. I think healing is even more strong now because you need the help. Like you need the support from the healing to keep your units. Unless you're like doing an infinite, then it doesn't really matter. However, on this run, this is like a very standard, straightforward run, if you ask me. Yeah, I should be throwing a battle cry. I just kind of forgot about it. But I say this is a very standard, straightforward run because oh my god, they're just dying to this crab. Guys, turn around. There you go. Good job. I'm not doing anything like wacky. I'm not doing any infinites. I'm just redrawing when the timer finishes up. I want to see... I believe I'll open a Parliament is the one that I want to take here. I just need to be sure. I took... Parliament leads me to Rule of Rats, right? And haha, not anymore is the bad one. Right. Haha, not anymore leads to the ending that gives you the reduced leader ability cooldown, and you get like 2 really bad options. Reduced, increased. It like throws a 60-second increase on your leader ability. Ironclad. Yeah, more healing sounds good. I don't necessarily need more healing, but I don't necessarily don't need more healing. Yeah, don't. I said it. That's right, I did it. Number 5, are you kidding me? Who do you think you are? I am. That's a dramatic reading of Pete Weber's pop-off after he wins his 5th bowling tournament, fifth consecutive bowling tournament, and breaks his father's record. I, again, came very close to mixing words together there and just going, yeah, his record. Combining, of course, record and legacy. Don't worry, I'm 100% coherent. No, I don't need any assistance. No, I'm fine. Ah, tragic. Discarded Gather. But yeah, it's very clear. I think I've illustrated the major change in this patch, which is the wave is much more spread out now. Which is a blessing and a curse, right? When you're really strong, like I am, you will crush these waves. Like, look at how little damage I'm taking on these waves. How much damage did my Guardians take overall there? I think they took like 18 maybe. But consider the flip side of... No, I think this change makes the game easier all around. I think it's hard to say it doesn't. As I'm thinking about it more, you're going to be a much easier time. You're going to be having a much easier time recovering if you get wiped. Because the enemy wave is going to stack up a lot slower. Whatever I said earlier was wrong and I'm an idiot. I'm pretty sure I said that it's going to be harder overall. But I think it's harder because wave 13 there's a boss. That's why I think the game is harder. Other than that caveat though, I think the game is... Like these waves are a lot easier right now. Which is good because I feel like the way that wave 20 stacked up was just... That was probably the hardest thing in the game to defeat. If you want my real hot take, I think that the hardest part of this game, especially on the desert, is clear in wave 20. And now it's a lot different. I know, I said the desert. Right, I said the desert, yeah. And I did rank the desert's wave 20 boss as the easiest, but the thing about the Pharaoh is, I don't know if you've noticed, but he's thick. Like, that dude is massive. His hitbox is like the size of Rhode Island. And I know Rhode Island's a small state, but like it's a fucking it's still a state. Hello? I'm not the size of Rhode Island. You gotta remember what we're talking about here. But no, anyway, he's very chonky. And as a result, unless you have some sort of piercing mechanic, the fact that he's the size of a mountain and also he'll have shield boys mixed in with him, it's really, really easy. You have to kill him first. You don't have another choice. Like, your units cannot... I think your melee units, or if you have like piercing, you can hit him, right? So if you have crossbow rat, or if you have longsword, or like if you just have a strong front line, I guess you can survive because they'll sometimes target the melee units instead of him, but a lot of the time that boss just tanks all of the damage and then you get run over. I've seen it happen to me a few times. Now, I still think he's the easiest boss because that boss doesn't do anything, and ultimately he does, like, if you do kill his goons, which is very easy to do, there's a lot of options for killing his goons, including just having enough frontline units. But yeah, like, look at this, right? We killed the boss like a good 5 seconds ago and still the wave is coming. No, I'm still not taking you, Robin Hood. You can't make me. I actually don't want anything from this. Right, I think that from this position we've won. I have 148 population thanks to taking a lot of houses and invite level up. This change is interesting though. Like I said, I think it makes the game easier, but we'll see, right? I think that this, no matter what, I would have won this run, and this change has really made you need to have a plan that's going to stand up to a boss by wave, like, you need to have a plan by wave 12 in action. Thankfully on this run I did, but would I have, basically the question I have to ask is, if I didn't get Trumpeter, would I have been able to beat the boss on wave 13? I don't know. That's something that we're going to learn in the next episode. Hopefully not. I mean, you know, maybe I'll get Trumpeter 2 episodes in a row, I don't know. But I'm just gonna make the safe bet and say probably not. I'd also like to point out I haven't noticed any different enemies on this map. It seems like the same crab throwers do to jump out on you, and then the dogs who do the bark move that sends you flying. I know, they're fish people too, but they're dogs. No, if you look at this run in particular, you can see I don't think I've lost a unit in, like, I don't even know how many waves at this point. And that's partially from the healing, but I mean it is 100% from the healing that I have taken. However, you know, it's still good to note. that might, like, if we let's actually count up how much damage my guardian takes in this run. 1. Oh yeah, wait, this is upgraded guardian banner rat. Wait, of course I'm not taking any damage. Or yeah, upgraded guardian trumpeter. If I had crusader, then they would actually be taking 0s here. I was like, wait a minute, they're only taking 1s. Oh yeah, that's right, I have trumpeter. Alright, so maybe, I mean, man, this run is strong as hell. But, no, tomorrow's episode, sorry, the 5:30 episode, this afternoon's episode is going to be a better look, I think. But, like, this is first impressions. This is a good look at how they changed the way of stacking up. Presumably it's going to be like this on every map, but maybe not. The other thing they mentioned, I don't know if I talked about this at the top of the episode, they mentioned in the patch notes that they are extending early access and they're going to spend this time adding in map-specific events a lot, like more map-specific paths and map-specific events, some new advisors and other stuff like that. Exciting stuff. I was like, ooh, that's really cool. I'm glad to hear that. I will, like I said, hopefully remember to link to the patch notes because I didn't see them on Steam when I was looking for them. I did not find them on Steam. So I'll hopefully remember to link them for you in case you were not able to find them, as I was not able to find them. I'm just going for symmetry at this point. You know me. I like it when my sides line up. Obviously, the left side has those 8 militia that have lived since the beginning of the game because Guardian has a big shield. I'll illustrate here what this change does. This change here. When we see which side the next boss is coming from. This also makes it so that movement speed would be a lot better now. You could maybe get away with a... yes, so you see we just click this button here. I'm gonna send these guys over to here. Hopefully that worked. Yeah. Now I want to point out, I want to make sure that you understand this is something that's very important for you to keep in mind. I'm telling you this, but mostly this is something so that when I make this mistake, you can go, haha, idiot, you forgot your own advice. Do not do this on the desert. The spider switches sides. Thank you for listening. What is this boss? It looks like they have the, wait, is it? Oh wait, this final boss has way more health. They doubled the final boss's health. Oh my god, he doesn't come with any other units though. Oh, that's a big change. Huh. So I wonder if the turtle still spawns enemies. I mean, he has to. That's like a main mechanic. But yeah, so they doubled the final boss's health and he doesn't spawn with units now. Cool. Okay, I like that change a lot. I really like that change. Okay. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave me a like. Helps me out. Subscribe for more. 2 Ratropolis episodes every day. And that's it. I will see you in the next episode where we will probably have a less powerful run than this because this is cool buddy. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.